Welcome to episode 33 of DM Podcast, which talk about taxis, Uber, Acme's general life of a private hire driver. This episode is a really good one. It's short and sweet, about 35 minutes. And we just talked about the pros and cons of going from a minibus into a car. We've talked about is it worth settling a car or owning a car, talking about finance options, tax, and obviously what's the best way options for tax and settling, stuff like that. We talked about the best times you can work, and also what type of target do you set yourself? Is it money? Is it time? And how much money, how much time, etc., etc. Just general chit chat about Uber, taxis, and the private hire game. So do us a favour, make sure that you like the video, subscribe and follow to the channel. It does help massively. Doesn't matter what you're watching on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram. Definitely check out my Instagram, Driver Matty, please. I'm trying to promote that. And also drivermatty.com. Go and check out the Driver Matty merch. Thanks very much for watching and enjoy the podcast. Thank you. Yeah. Listen, Mick, Chris is really interested to why Mick got rid of his bus. I know we've covered it, and I think Chris might have missed it, so do you want a quick summary of it, mate? Why'd you get rid of your bus, Mick, and got in a car?
Basically, is because obviously everyone knows that I'm looking to become a driving instructor, so it was either the plate was up on in February anyway, on the 19th of February in a month's time. So it was there was spend out, and it needed about two and a half grand's worth doing on the bus. So it was a question of do a stick a new MOT on it and put money into it, or do a cash in on it now. And everything was pointing for, with the valuation I got of it, I thought I'll just cash in and go into a car. It's going to be close to 12 months before I pass out now anyway as a driving instructor, because I've just had a setback. Me test cancelled. It was supposed to be when all that snow was happening, and it cancelled, and they pushed it back 3 months.
Ah, come on.
3 months from when it got cancelled, so that's put another 3 months on it. I've got to get me 40 hours training in, which is not cheap, so I've got to earn that money to pay for that 40 hours at 45 quid an hour, so it's £2,000 there to train for that. So it's going to be close. I'm not going to get much months out of 12 months. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So it was like, I need something between now and 12 months time, and it was like there was stay in the bus, put £2,500 into it, or do it starting try and enjoy the job that I'm doing. So a little bit of a change from a bus to a car. I've got a lad who manages the airport company. He's buying us an 8-seater in for the new plate coming in March. He's already in a bus, blah blah blah. So the company's set the airports and all that. I've got lads working who can do all the airports, so I didn't really physically need to be in a bus myself.
But you can still do the car work as well anyway, can't you? And then just Uber about that, can't you?
That's it. I mean, we've covered how much car work there is in airport transfers as well over bus. So yeah, 2-3 months of the year, the bus it can make you thousands. Do you know what I mean? But I can still do that in the car.
Of the year,
I can still do that in the car, and the hours I want to start doing in these 12 months are like driving instructor hours as well.
Yeah.
I want the hours I
9,
want.
6, 8, 6, stuff like that.
All little things like that is what I want to do, and the car favours them hours. So
happy days, mate. Happy days. Just going to go quick through. Decided yesterday to accept the biggest offers only to see what happened. I made £160 in 5 hours, and I wake up in Stoke-on-Trent. I'm from Liverpool. What do you mean you woke up in Stoke-on-Trent? What did you? You just woke up like I'm in Stoke. Yeah, fair play, mate. But like I said, it's very gambling though, mate. When you're cherry picking just for the big jobs, you could be sitting there for 3 hours and not get an offer. I've done it in the past. I pulled up to a job. The guy wanted me to help him fold a stained double mattress, drop the seats, put it in the back. I laughed and reminded him that it's Uber and the home removal. So they wanted you to put a stained mattress in the back of your bus.
Nice.
Minging. A lot of people in Brighton order Uber Access because they can't get XL. It drives you mad. And then nice one. Chris just said thanks for the update, mate. But yeah, honestly, I reckon, mate, I reckon you do sound, you know. There's a few big changes coming your way, though, innit? Because you're going from manual to auto, you're going from own vehicle to settled vehicle, and obviously you're going from bus to car. So big, big changes for you, like, coming up. But like you
Yeah.
said as well, it'll just be, you know, exactly where you are with it. Because we talked about owning and settling. So us three at the moment own. Mick's just got rid of this. But Mick's going into a settle. Now, I've settled before. And Mark, have you ever settled or have you just owned? You know,
Years
rented?
ago.
Years
Before,
ago.
yeah.
So there's loads of pros and cons when it comes to settling and owning, done it. Mick's got obviously going to have experience it quite soon. And I think overall, I would say settling is more expensive, depending on how lucky you are with your purchase car, right? Isn't it? But the
Yeah.
good thing about it is you know exactly where you are with no stress. Mick wakes up Monday morning and goes, I've got to find 230 quid to pay for the car insurance, and that's it, fuel. Do you know what I mean? When I can wake up and go, my car's broke, or something's gone, I need tyres, brakes gone, blah, 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 and anything can happen, can it? Oh, listen, I was just about to talk about a settling thingy, but I've got to talk about my car. So my car, my lovely, beautiful Tesla broke again, but this time, water was coming out the bottom of the car, which I thought was absolutely nuts. And I just thought it was a bit of a mad thing. So what happened was every time I put the water jets on, the water spraying out the bottom of the car. And I thought obviously electric and water's not a good mix. So I was going to book it into Tesla, but I literally peeled it back and it was just a popped hose off the water jets. So I touched lucky with that problem. But like I said, that's the whole thing I'm talking about, the settling owning. That could have been an expensive trip to Tesla if there's something that I couldn't fix myself, where you can just wake up, Mick, and just no stress, no worries, and you
But
just crack on with.
literally take it to the garage. They'll probably fix it the same day and be ready for the next day. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, okay. You
Or
might.
give you a trading car just to drive away in if
Yeah,
it's a couple of days.
even if they haven't, I know the likes of who I'm going with, Liverpool Van Eyck, they've got a big setup there, so it'll be straight on the ramp, fixed and ready to go again. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I might have to shift my day off to that day because of what happened, but at the end of the day, it's part and parcels, and at least you know it's a quick
Yeah.
turnaround and you're back on the road again, regardless. Whereas in your own car or in your own bus, it's phoning around the garages. Oh yeah, I can't do it till this day, or I can't do it till that day, or I can't do it till here, or whatnot. Do you know what I mean? It's oh yeah, bring it down today. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But then it's an expense straight away to you, isn't it? Whereas you haven't got that when you're settling. If I look, I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to be a driving instructor because I've still got loads to do.
Yeah.
I've still got 40 hours of training, like I mentioned. I've still got another test. I've got 2 tests to pass and the 40 hours training. I might get. I know a lad now who's been in the game, in the driving instructor, done his 40 hours, been teaching, and he's failed his final test 3 times. He has to start again now, and he can't start again until July.
Your joke, so he's lost his job.
So he's lost his job. Let his badge run out. This soft git.
No way, man. Never, by the way, if you're watching now, if your license is a private hire driver, never let your badge run out for the sake of 30 quid every 3-4 years. I know something dead cheap, innit?
Yeah.
Never let your badge run out because it is such a good backup if you ever want to go back into it. Do you know what I mean? I know a few lads who let the badge run out and you got to go through the whole process again. Do you know what I mean? Sporty, coming over to YouTube on any questions, lads. We're not manning the TikTok as much as we are YouTube. Let's just go over to YouTube 1 second. Settling your car is a mug's game, far too expensive. Over 12 months, you are paying for every repair, whether they happen or not. Your car is a mug's game, far too expensive. Over 12 months, you are paying for every repair, whether they. Oh, sorry, Tesla Taxi. You're on about if you are settling, then technically you're paying for it. It is swings and roundabouts, and it is luck as well. It depends what type of car you've got. Do you know what I mean? But at least you know you're paying. As an example, you're paying. How much are you paying a month for your settled, Mick? 230 for a 950, something like that a month.
Well, just say it's $250 a week, just on.
Okay,
on
you're paying £1,000 a month, aren't you, for car
Yeah.
insurance, maintenance, servicing, valeting,
everything.
everything, right? I'm paying 700 quid a month finance and 200 quid a month insurance. So I'm paying 900 quid for my, obviously my car's stupid anyway. Shouldn't get one of them. But still, he's paying an extra 100 quid a month more than me. And everything's covered. My car was broke last week. It's, what else went on it? Lucy, sort the dog out, please. So what you call it? We had, and my car was broke for like 5 days over the heater went, and I was off for 5 days work. It cost like 1,500 quid. So when it swings around, like I know lads in minibuses, Mick, don't you, and Mark, and they break down. The DPF goes, this goes, this goes, and I reckon if you add over the whole year of repairs and servicing and all the little bitty bits, I don't think you'd be very far off the £1,000 a month, mate. I really don't.
You won't.
You know what I mean?
You don't save if you're putting money away for repairs as well on your bus or on your car or whatever. Yeah, you might get lucky and your car doesn't want much off you, and it doesn't. It's you've got a decent car that's not thinking, but you're not. You literally. I don't think you're saving enough to value the fact that you haven't got to worry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, as an example, let's flip on the other side. Mike's just popped in. Mike's just put Jag with a funny face. Now, Mike actually bought a Jag. What's the X-Type in it? The X-Type for like 950 quid, and he had it for 2 years, and he literally didn't have a problem. It flew through the MOTs, and literally little bits and bobs of repairs, and it was crazy of how lucky he was with his Jag. Do you know what I mean? So he paid the 950 quid, and then literally a couple of little bits and bobs, but he must have saved a fortune compared to settling. But I do know lads that have actually bought cars and owned cars, and they're in and out the garage every other week. So it is swings and roundabouts. So if you're happy to gamble with that possible repair around the corner, then obviously buy your own vehicle. But if you just want a relaxed life, know exactly how much you're paying each month, obviously with the tax benefits, then just go and settle. Talk about tax. Let me just go over to Andy. Keeping your badge could be hard going forward. To renew, you have to prove yourself self-employed. But if you pack it in, you haven't got that proof anymore. Just a thought. That's a shout, isn't it?
Yeah.
On renewal. Oh, that's a shout, Andy. On renewal, you have to prove that you're self-employed now, don't you? With the HMRC to renew your badge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a good point of view. So if you're not working, then you can't renew your badge, can you? Because you're not registered with the HMRC as self-employed anymore, are you? That's a good point, isn't it?
Unless you're on another self-employed job. Which
But Andy, would that work?
Which driving instructor is?
So if Mick is a self-employed driving instructor, could he apply for his renew his taxi badge and just give that UTR number?
Yeah, so all you need is a self-employed check code, don't you? That's all you need.
Yeah, you need the UTR number, don't you? The UTR tax code thing.
Yeah.
That's a good point, though. It is a good point. The same as Andy's here, who's my accountant, by the way. He's made a good point as well with the settling and the owning tax benefits. Like Mick's £1,000 a month for his car and his insurance is 100% a tax write-off, and his fuel is. Where me, I can only do repairs. I can only do interest on my finance payments and stuff like that, isn't it? So Mick, same again. You got a massive tax relief now, haven't you? Going forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what like owning your own car. You'd only get like a percentage of your. Isn't it like the equity in your vehicle or something like that, or?
It's literally just a depreciation. So you claim a couple of grand a year in loss of earning, or loss of depreciation of vehicle, and the interest payments, not the actual payments. So I pay 700 quid a month finance, but I only claim about 350, I think, or 340 as a tax write-off. The rest is just lost in the vehicle, the thing in the vehicle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there's another bonus of settling, isn't it?
Yeah, there's enough great bonus. Yeah.
If you put that into perspective, you're probably better off settled.
But the thing is, it's circumstantial, though, isn't it? It's like in Sheffield. If you're new to the game and you need to get a car, the car needs to be less than 4 years old to get on the taxis. Whereas where you're like, is it about 7 years?
There's no age limit now.
What? To register your car for the very, very first time. Whereas
Sure.
here, it's got to be, like, we're in 25 now, so anything below 21, you can't register.
That's a good point then, though, isn't it? Because it is situational. Because you could go and I can go and get £1,000 Ford Focus Estate and get it plated.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep. As soon as it comes a new car in March, you can't register a car that's registered in 2020, late 2020, early 2021.
In London now, you can't even register non-electric now on Uber. So there's your very expensive.
There you go.
There's your very expensive price tags now. What are you going to do? Go to spend the 40 grand on a car, financed up? Or is it better off now just to settle? Do you know what I mean? So this could be a good argument where going into this year and next year is it worth just settling. Same again as well. If I say, you know what, I'm sick of the taxis next month, I've still got a flipping stupidly overpriced car on my drive.
Yeah.
That's going to depreciate if I try and sell it now, and I'm kind of stuck. Where to settle, you can just give the car back next week, can't you? Or with a minimum notice and stuff. One sec, let's go over to the comments like quick. Yeah. Just if you just start out on the taxis, you can work out cheaper as insurance is included. That's a positive as well. So the only thing is, it's minimum age. So if you're young, you probably struggle. You do never build up any equity in the vehicle, but mate, there's no equity in vehicles as soon as it's plated.
Yeah, you go and try and sell a car that's
value.
being taxi rates. You're looking at 50% straight gone there, bang.
Yeah. There's no equity in your vehicle.
If you think you've got 12 grand left in that car, you come to sell it, you'll probably get about 6.5 for it.
Yeah. Because you know it's a taxi anyway.
Yep.
What's the best car and settle company in Liverpool? There's loads, mate. There's loads. Nick should be okay. 20% depreciation or 3k, whichever's lower. That's what what I can claim each year. It's third of the cost of your car each year for 3 years. Matty, how much does your accountant charge for a year? Chris, speak to Andy, mate. Andy Neri Accountants in Crosby. Oh yeah, there you go. £210 per year for the basic taxi driver. There you go. Get on him, guys. He's a belter. In December, I'll have 12k equity in my car, no debt. You'll never have that with a settled car. Plus, if you leave the taxis, you need to buy another car. Yes, see, that's what I'm saying. The thing is, though, we could go about passing pillar to post, can't we? It's literally swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? One second, I saw TikTok out to saying I'm being inactive. Done. So, like, Mark, you just prime example, you just sold your E-Class, and now you're going to settle, aren't you? What would you go to settle? Are you happy with buying?
I'm just used to buying, so I'm used to doing it. But I can see the benefits of for settling. I think
you can do.
What I tend to do, each week I tend to put money away anyway. You know, for a rainy day if all goes wrong with it.
Yeah, but if you don't use that, at least you got a savings as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is. It is just.
I think everyone's different, aren't they? Everyone's different.
Yeah, it's so. Honest God, there's no.
There might be people out there. There might be people out there that probably can't get if they haven't got the money to pay outright, and they want to do finance and they can't. Then it's settled. You can do it, can't you? Even if you've got bad credit or not, you can do it.
I think pre-COVID it was a little bit more on side of owning your own vehicle. But you look at the price of some of the finances now. Like my mate who's buying a bus, he's over £900 a month for his bus.
Myself personally, I think the price of buses now, Mick. I don't think the buses are worth it. If you're going to get finance, you're going to bounce around the 20 grand mark, and then you're paying like £300 a month for something like that.
I done a quick search on a car.
I just let the dog in. He's crying.
A couple of days ago because I was bored off work. I don't know whether this was one of a bad site that I was using, but I was looking at like 30. I think it was 30 grand finance was coming back at about £500, £530 a month.
Yeah,
for like a 30 grand finance. You put that into perspective, yeah, that's half. But then you put your insurance on that, say £200. There's £730 for your car.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But yeah, that's £300 cheaper than what you're paying, obviously. But then if you have it for 2 years, they've saved a fortune. But if they have loads of problems, then you benefit. That's what we're talking about, like swings and roundabouts. It's lucky, but if you bought a 30 grand car, you probably don't want any problems. And most cars you can get 30 grand have got full manufacturer warranty and everything, isn't it? So it is very, very situational. Do you know what I mean? Like, I still think definitely there's a market to buy cars, and I think there's definitely a market to sell cars. Do you know what I mean? But it is just very personal preference. And I'd say if you want a stress-free life, maybe go down the route to settling. If you want to maximise your profit, maybe look at getting finance. Just bear in mind that you obviously could be up and down with your car repairs. Do you know what I mean? And just look at it that way. But it is, like I said, it is a bit of a gamble. By the way, guys, if you go to drivermatty.com, there's a website. Great finance company, by the way. Go check them out. They offer all kinds of finance cheap as well, if you're depending on your credit rating and stuff. Let's go to the comments. 85-90% of vehicles are finance rates. Only people have the equity in the vehicles are the finance companies. Correct. 30 million plus vehicles on the road. That's a lot of dough for the finance companies. It's a big racket. Correct. What's the minimum you would make to go home? Oh, these type of questions are so hard to answer, mate. What is the minimum you would make to go home? 190 to 230 pounds. Is that enough?
Situational, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's when you're working, where you're working, what you're driving. Do you know what I mean? In a minibus, it'll come quicker, but you've got higher expenses. Do you know what I mean?
I'll be happy with that. Between 190 and 230, I'll be happy with that every day.
Is he saying that per day?
What's the minimum you would make to go home? What?
That's what I mean. The question's a little bit.
He's on about a daily target, isn't he?
Is he? Yeah. So how long it'll take you to hit 190 to 230 in Liverpool?
He's saying, like, would you, if you, how much do you hit and then think, right, I'm done for the day?
40 quid.
Yeah, in Matty's case, he does 2 jobs and thinks, right, going home. But I'd say this day and age, if you think you need more than 200 quid a day, then don't bother. I think 200's a high target myself, personally, daily. It's doable.
You've got to live in your car. 200 quid a day average every day, say, 5-6 days a week? Yeah, Tesla's put good luck making 230 quid a day, laughing faces. It just depends. It just depends on so many factors.
It's what a lad does in the WhatsApp, doesn't he? 12 hours, 5 days a week, 200 quid a day.
How many hours? 12 hours, isn't it?
12 hours, 5 days a week.
He doesn't always hit the 200, though, does he? Sometimes he hits 170s and 180s for the 12 hours.
Yeah, but then some days he earns over 200.
What?
I think some days don't he earn over 200?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Swings and roundabouts. Like, I've seen him come in and went, bit of a poor day, it's 170. And then he come in the other day like 230, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it just depends on the day, depends on where he's working, what jobs he accepts, where the jobs take him. There's so many, there's too many variables, guys. It is. £230 a day, say goodbye to your family. That is very true. £20 an hour, 10 hours a day, Mick. Split your shifts, weekends got to be worked. There you go, Mick. You got some advice there, lad.
£20 an hour, 10 hours a day. Split your shifts and weekends got to be worked. Yeah, pretty much, but I don't...
60, 70 hours? You don't want to work that much, though, do you?
No, but you've got to have days off.
Hey, this is a brilliant point, and we've covered this before, but I'm going to bring it again. Chris is such a shout. I work hours, not a day, not target on money. I work 7 a.m. till 10 a.m., then 2 p.m. till 7 a.m. And that's whenever he banks. I've said this before, and I got told by an old school driver years ago, and it was a great point. So if you think about it, if you hit a money target, just say your target's 100 quid, and you go out in the morning, and it's a very busy day, and you go out at 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. and you hit 100 quid, and you go, I'm not going out later because I've hit my money target. But it's a very busy day. You just missed out on loads of money. Where then do you get me? If you just work on an hourly rate, some days you might not hit your target money-wise, But the days that it's super busy and you're making loads of money, then you hit that target, don't you? Because otherwise you'd be...
I never have a money target. I just normally set out. Sometimes I'll let the money decide whether I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, I'll go out and say, right, I'm going to go and work, I don't know, 9 to 5 tonight. But if I get to 3 o'clock and I've done 200 quid, I think, oh, fuck, I'm nearly that. Go home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do that.
The problem is that the quiet
I
days,
don't go out.
you got to grind on, haven't you?
Yeah, but I don't go out then and go, like, what was I going to say then? I don't go out and think, oh, 9-5, and I haven't it. Kind of what I was thinking. I'll stay out an extra 2 hours. I don't do that either. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I've got another question for you there. What do you do less your school run and doing them hours? And how long is your school run?
Yeah, but you are right. Honestly, I find that because if you have a money target, yeah, when it's busy, you go home early. When it's quiet, you work the longer hours to hit the money target. You know what I mean? But if you have a set time target and you just go out whenever you go out, then you come back and you're earning good money on the busy days and not the best money, not killing yourself on the quiet days. Do you know what I mean? Companies often settle cars with more than 20% profit margins. Yeah, mate, it is. They are expensive, but it's a lot of risk with a settle company. Like a lot of risk. And you know what the name of the one called software or app to use? iCloud, I think, mate, isn't it? Or Cloud, iCloud or something like that. Great mark, by the way. Stick to a routine and you go around the bend chasing the money. Yeah. Let's say for the week before the holiday and back. Yeah, stuff like that you can do. The flexibility of it's great. Andy's about loving the mug plugging. I know, mate. Hey, because what I've done, I've got a Sprite in this one. I had my coffee, I had my coffee in this one, and then I got water in this one.
I need to purchase a water bottle. I can't keep doing this. It stinks.
Look at him with a peasant water bottle. Hey,
6 to 8 on a week, less a school run.
Go away. I'm not done. No.
I thought you said, "Are you done?"
No, go.
Go.
Do you work Saturdays and Sundays as well, though, Chris? Or no?
Using the same hours. No. I know.
Do. Sure. No.
Oh, we've hit the point of no return, guys.
I need
What?
I need another brew, so give me 5 minutes.
You gonna have a brew, yeah? Hey, what mug you got there, Mick? Beautiful mug, Mick. Beautiful mug. Go and have a brew. Go and sit yourself, guys. We'll probably end the podcast here, but we'll keep the live going. Do you know what I mean?